will make it into the mid-80s in the hour-by-hour forecast for this afternoon. When we're back to 90 degrees and when the showers impact your weekend, coming up in the First Alert 7-day forecast. Here's Derek Odom in the Action News Jax First Alert Traffic Center.
Good morning, everyone. Taking a live look at 95 and the Atlantic overpass there near downtown. That's a green light ride. Nothing slowing you down right there. And right now, no current crashes to slow you down as well. As we take a look into St. Johns County, it's been a pretty smooth commute everywhere all morning long, including A1A here in Ponte Vedra all the way down to Palm Valley Road and then cutting over on Nocatee Parkway, heading to the Nocatee area. US 1 delay-free, looking good on Racetrack Road, County Road.
This leads our team coverage in Springfield. We start with Action News Jax Elizabeth Pace, where she explains jobs are a big topic of discussion today.
Ready for work. They're going to be here with Operation New Hope talking about how they train these former inmates into getting new sustainable jobs in the future. Now, Operation New Hope says that they've helped nearly 7,000 people over the last 20 years. And during that time, they've gained the support of 4 White House administrations, which will now include Vice President Mike Pence and Ivanka Trump. Operation New Hope takes a holistic approach, teaching their clients life skills and providing job training so they can find sustainable jobs. And we talked to one of their former clients who was in and out of the prison system and now owns his own catering business.
What a great opportunity, just because somebody taught me how to, have a portfolio, how to present myself, how to speak up for myself, how to talk about the offense that happened. So the stigma, what stigma?
Operation New Hope says $100 billion is spent each year to fund the criminal justice system. And coming up, we'll explain how this conversation will help that. Reporting in Springfield, Elizabeth Pace, CBS 47, Action News Jax.
Employees at Miller Electric Company are eagerly awaiting the arrival of Vice President Pence and Ivanka Trump. The two are expected to arrive later on this afternoon. Action News Jax Lorena Inclan continues our team coverage live at the company right now. Lorena, are expected to speak to employees there in a little while.
They are. They'll be here around 1:45 to deliver those remarks. And there's a reason why the vice president and the president's daughter, Ivanka Trump, chose Miller Electric. This company is headquartered here in Jacksonville, and the company says that it's been able to add 300 more jobs ever since the tax cuts were enacted back in 2018 as part of President Trump's tax reform plan. And so that's one of the major reasons that, they're coming here to talk about that, and you can expect to hear that in the vice president's remarks later on today. I do want to give you a look at what's going on behind me, because right now Miller Electric workers are here in the area where Vice President Pence will soon give his remarks. They're having lunch right now, and it's not just workers from Miller Electric who are here, but also union employees from the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers are also here to listen to the Vice President as well as Ivanka Trump give those remarks. I do want to show you video from earlier today when Vice President Mike Pence and Ivanka Trump arrived here in Jacksonville at NAS Jacksonville in Air Force 2. You can see them there on the tarmac and shaking hands. They'll first make their way over to Operation New Hope, where Elizabeth is, and then they'll come over here to speak with the employees, and not only speak with them, but they're also going to be getting a tour of this facility. We've learned that they're going to be visiting a couple of areas around this massive warehouse-like facility and speaking with employees, seeing what they do. One big thing that this company does is focus on technology. In the media kit that the marketing director gave reporters earlier today, it says that Miller Electric is not afraid of losing their jobs to robots because they view technology as an assistant and not a replacement. I expect to be hearing some of that in the remarks here today. I'll keep my ear out for that. And also, as soon as he takes the podium here behind me, we will be sure to let you know. We're also going to be live streaming some of the events here on our website, actionnewsjax.com. And coming up next at 5, the reason you will be seeing more people from the Trump administration visit Florida, and not just Florida, but specifically here, Jacksonville. We'll have that for you next at 5. Reporting live on the South Side, Lorena Inclan, CBS 47, Action News Jax.
Thank you, Lorena. And a reminder, you can view pictures from the Vice President's and Ivanka Trump's visit to the River City on actionnewsjax.com.
Family and friends will remember a local mother who we told you drowned at Hanna Park last weekend. Kathy Paredes' funeral will be held at Spring Park at 6 tonight. Action News Jax told you about her death on Sunday. Police say that she was driving with her 5-year-old daughter in the car when they flipped into the water. Her daughter survived after an officer jumped in and got her out of that vehicle. Right now, Action News Jax is working to learn if a man taken down by a canine is connected to 5 other robberies. Sky Action News Jax took this view here of that scene. This is in Cedar Hills. This was yesterday while police were investigating that area and after they caught him under a house. Police say that they tried to stop the man, but he took off running. They say that they also shot at him. A police dog was able to catch him, bit him, and then drag him from behind. The suspect's father was at that location at the time and says that his son has mental issues.
JSO has been busy in the last 8 days investigating some 7 shootings. A deadly shooting on Wednesday night in Allendale brought the total number of 2019 murder cases in Jacksonville to 76. Action News Jax cameras captured police as they investigated. More than half of those are still unsolved, including this one and the shooting death of 16-year-old Adrian Gaynor in February.
I cry every day for him, and I wish he was here, but he can't be.
Gaynor's grandmother is asking for anyone with information to come forward. The Putnam County man is being accused of beating his pregnant wife. Deputies say his wife told them that Casey Comer hit her several times and choked her. They also say he poked her in the head so hard that she hit a window. Comer is now facing battery charges. A former Duval County public school employee accused of stealing warehouse items went before a judge today. This is new video of Steve Belger in court. A school spokesperson says he used his position as an assistant warehouse manager to take items and pawn them. Belger was the president of the Booster Club at First Coast High School. He could face up to 15 years in prison. His next court date is set for August 15th.
3 of the pilot whales that were part of a mass stranding at St. Simon's Island, we told you last week, were males. That's what we're learning about them, according to the Georgia Department of Natural Resources. Action News Jax shows you this mass stranding last week. The swimmers on the beach were trying to help get those pilot whales back out into the water. The full results of the stranding, we're told, won't be available for months. State leaders say that at least 47 pilot whales survived the stranding.
If you have a second, take a look at this picture here. JSO needs your help finding a man involved in an armed robbery. Police say this man and a woman robbed an internet cafe in Normandy on Sunday morning. The man on your screen allegedly took a gun from the security guard there. If you recognize him, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers.
Heads up for families. If you are living in the Mayport or Fernandina areas, the St. Johns River Ferry will be out of service until further notice. JTA officials said the propeller needs repairs. A rope got tangled somehow in the propeller, causing some damage. That ferry needs to be removed from the water to be repaired. It won't get back into service until it's inspected by JTA and the Coast Guard.
Well, just in time for the weekend, it's now safe to swim on our local beaches. Here's a live look over the beach on Jekyll Island. Action News Jax told you on Wednesday when bacteria was found in the water there. It caused leaders to discourage swimming on 5th Street Crossover Beach and South Beach at the Lighthouse in St. Simon's Island, as well as Driftwood Beach on Jekyll Island. They say now that water is safe.
Countdown is on. We are now less than 100 days away from the big Florida-Georgia football game. The University of Georgia Bulldogs take on the University of Florida Gators at TIAA Bank Field. That game will be held November 2nd, and you can watch it right here on CBS47 in its traditional 3:30 time slot. In the last 5 years, just to make sure you're aware, Florida is up 3-2 over the Bulldogs.
Action News Jax told you last month the city of Jacksonville may be in for a battle when the Florida-Georgia contract ends. That's in 2 years after the 2021 game. Georgia's Kirby Smart isn't sold on keeping the game in the River City. He says it hurts recruiting. Well, people in Puerto Rico are celebrating the news of Governor Rosello's resignation. And here in Jacksonville, neighbors are ready to celebrate too. Action News Jax got word about another local demonstration happening this weekend. A Facebook group celebrating the governor's resignation posted, "The fight is not over yet." They will have a third rally at Friendship Fountain tomorrow at 11 a.m. They're asking anyone from the area who supports Puerto Rico to join them.
Covering St. Johns County now, where a new project is underway and it's expected to create dozens of jobs. A restaurant is being developed here along the St. Augustine shipyards. The new Culinary Outfitters is in its early stages, but it will expand from 8 employees to more than 80. And also 85 spots along the water to dock a boat. Chase Pritchard, who's the chef and owner, says it's part of a new push to bring more business and foot traffic in this area.
This will be the first business here, along with the dry boat storage, and then there'll be more to come along the waterfront eventually.
The project is expected to be completed in November.
A new report says listeria was found in 6 samples of fresh greens. The study from the Consumer Reports says that this includes lettuce, spinach, and kale. The listeria was found at samples from stores like Costco and Whole Foods. The study represents the snapshot of the market and is not large enough to draw conclusions about the safety of specific brands and retailers. There's also a recall for more than 50,000 pounds of frozen ready-to-eat meatballs this noon. It affects beef and pork meatballs. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says they're misbranded and have undeclared allergens. The brand is Cook Perfect home-style meatballs, all natural, but they may contain cranberry stuffed meatball products. They're sold in both Florida and Georgia.
Action News Jax wants to help make sure local students have everything they need before heading back to school in just a few weeks now. Tuesday, we're collecting school supplies for students at the St. John's Town Center. We're going to be set up at the Roundabout. Now that's right next to Maggiano's. That's from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m. We hope to see you there.
And from the Action News Jax First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Garrett Biedenball. Right now, tracking some rain moving in from the Gulf of Mexico where it heads this afternoon, and when we see rain for your weekend. That's coming up in the Action News Jax First Alert 7-day forecast.
A toddler with a potentially life-threatening condition is fighting for her life here at Wolfson. What her parents say they're going to have to do next in order for their daughter to get better.
More than a dozen Marines are under investigation, accused of being a part of a human smuggling ring. The way investigators say they discovered it.
Plus, we're continuing to follow Vice President Mike Pence and Ivanka Trump's visit to Jacksonville this afternoon. Here's a live look at Miller Electric, where they're expected to visit in a little more than an hour from now. They're expected to discuss private sector job growth.
What to watch, brought to you by Ashley Home Store.
Tonight at 11.
Buyer beware.
This local driver says he purchased a car one day and was stranded the next.
Pulled over to the side of the road, car wouldn't turn back on, nothing.
So we sent Ben. Action News Jax consumer investigator Ben Becker, examining the legal rights you have when purchasing a used car.
I'm gonna try to get you some answers.
Showing you the 3 ways you can protect yourself, even if the laws don't. Tonight at 11 on CBS 47 Action News Jax.
I'm Phil Amato.
And I'm Dawn Lopez. Please join Action News Jax for our back-to-school supply drive July 30th from 8 a.m. until 3 p.m.
We'll be collecting new school supplies for local students at this roundabout at the St. John's Town Center.
Backpacks, notebooks, paper, pens, you name it, we're collecting.
Action News Jax Family Focus, improving our community together.
Also, don't forget to check out Movies Under the Stars at the St. John's Town Center on August 24th.
Summer is the right time to break the routine. Now for just $3, mix and match 2 of your favorites, like a juicy McDouble, a bacon cheeseburger, crispy 6-piece chicken McNuggets, or try the new hot and spicy McChicken. Mix up your summer, only at McDonald's.
Join John Bachman and Tanika Hughes on CBS 47 Action News Jax.
Barnes & Cohen focused on you and your case with the personal attention you deserve. Local attorneys over 40 years, 346-HELP.
We need your help. The American Cancer Society needs volunteer drivers to help provide transportation for people fighting cancer in our community. You can help patients take one more step on the road to recovery. Contact us to get involved.
Snyderman, can you move things in your mind?
Nope.
Could you read our minds?
I got nothing. Were you thinking of nothing?
No. So, what makes you a superhero?
I can tell if you should repair or replace your air conditioning system.
Snyderman can help tell you whether it's time to repair or replace your system if you answer 8 quick questions on our website. Visit SnyderAC.com and get your answer in a flash.
Flash? I think you mean Snyderman.
Summer is the right time to break the routine. Now for just $3, mix and match 2 of your favorites, like a juicy McDouble, a bacon cheeseburger, crispy 6-piece chicken McNuggets, or try the new hot and spicy McChicken. Mix up your summer, only at McDonald's.
The First Alert 7-day forecast. On air, online, and on the go. Brought to you by ViStar. We've lowered or eliminated over half our fees. If you believe that saving money is better, join ViStar.
Well, the family of a Middleburg toddler with a rare and potentially life-threatening condition is spreading awareness now about her battle.
New this noon, her parents talked with Action News Jack's Alicia Tarancon about the next steps for Phoebe's recovery.
Right now, Phoebe is staying in the intensive care unit right here at Wolfson Children's Hospital. By Monday, she'll be moved to Orlando to go to Nemours for care. That's where her parents are hoping for some positive results.
And she's a very spunky baby.
Phoebe was born happy and healthy on February 13th, 2018. But when she was about 9 months old, she suffered a seizure, and her parents, Mary Holder and Patrick Nichols, rushed her to the hospital. Phoebe was transferred to Wolfson Children's Hospital and in November diagnosed with a rare condition called vein of Galen malformation. It's a type of blood vessel abnormality in the brain. She underwent 2 surgeries, but after the 3rd one, her parents noticed a big difference.
She's now on a feeding tube. She's not laughing. She's not looking at us. It's been acknowledged that she doesn't have the normal eyesight capabilities that we have.
Now she'll have to undergo intense physical therapy in Orlando to try and recover.
Help her start crawling, walking, and still have to work on tummy time.
But her parents aren't sure how long it'll take or how much money it'll cost to stay there. And coming up at 5, the signs and symptoms that this Middleburg couple wants other parents to be on the lookout for. Reporting at Wolfson Children's Hospital, Alicia Tarancon, CBS47, Action News Jax.
Local veterans are getting a little extra help finding work in Jacksonville. Thursday marked National Hire a Veteran Day. Local veterans made their way over to the Wounded Warrior Project to find out what's being offered. Jacksonville veterans like retired Navy Chief Mark Tucker say that adjusting to life after service isn't always easy.
Like I said, with the sources that Jacksonville have been a military town, it does make it a lot easier.
The Wounded Warrior Project helps veterans every step of the way, from resume building to mock interviews. Now, here's what we found. We found there are several local companies that take pride in hiring our nation's heroes, including Crowley Maritime, Florida Blue, ViStar, and even our Amazon distribution centers.
16 Marines are in custody this noon, accused of being a part of a human smuggling ring. Agents stopped 2 Marines from Camp Pendleton in California 2 weeks ago. Investigators say they discovered undocumented immigrants hiding in the back seats. They also say that led to the arrest of the 16 Marines on Thursday. A spokeswoman says the operation was carried out in public with the goal of sending a message.
As soon as the arrest happened, the staff NCOs and officers are really talking in an open dialogue with their Marines.
8 additional Marines were taken in for questioning about a separate criminal matter. It's believed to be drug-related.
Covering Nassau County for you now, where a traffic shift is scheduled for tomorrow on State Road 200 and A1A. Now, this is the area over Lofton Creek Bridge. It'll be shifting to the newly constructed westbound lanes of the roadway. That shift will take place from 6 a.m. until 5 p.m., weather permitting.
Now certified Jacksonville's most accurate weather forecast. Action News Jax First Alert Weather.
At First Alert, meteorologist Garrett Biedenball. Overcast skies here on this Friday afternoon at Jacksonville Beach on the Action News Jax First Alert Skycam network. We're at 83 degrees, northeasterly winds around 10 miles per hour. We're seeing that bring in a few showers closer to the beaches, say in southeast Georgia, but just a few showers moving inland. The bulk of the rain is to the south and west as we dive down here in the street level mapping here across Duval County. Just briefly of shower now diminishing over the White House area right now, but off into, say, Nassau County, Fernandina Beach, Yulee. We're dry right now over into St. Johns County, back through Putnam County, but as we head into Alachua County, a little shield of light rain is moving off from the Gulf of Mexico to the north and east, so southern Columbia County will be seeing this as it continues moving off to the north and east, though it does fade a little bit on the leading edge of that here over the last few minutes or so. But this is kind of an indication of this afternoon, seeing some widely scattered showers beginning to move into the area. We're seeing that mostly cloudy sky here on the satellite and radar composite. A few peaks of sunshine for you in Nassau County up to the International Airport. We're in the mid-80s right now, but a few of those showers making it inland in southeast Georgia. So you can see this wave of moisture moving along this stationary frontal boundary 2 hours south. We'll see some of our southern counties see some more of that rain here over the next 2 to 3 hours, but also seeing that onshore wind continuing to pick up this afternoon, 15 miles per hour, gusting to 20 70 plus in Brunswick right now, where we have 85 degrees and mid 80s in Jacksonville, low 80s in McClenny, but only the upper 70s for you in Lake City, a little thicker cloud cover. So this afternoon we'll see some more scattered showers beginning to develop. It's mainly a rain day again. Not much lightning going to be detected, I don't think, here on First Alert Doppler HD. Then we go into the evening, still mostly cloudy with that onshore breeze continuing to bring in a few isolated showers closer to the coast, and a few coastal showers likely on your Saturday morning as well, and into the afternoon. Those will spread a little bit farther to our inland communities and then well to the west and southwest to I-75 by 3 and 4 p.m. So we will see some clouds and some rain on your Saturday. As we go to the hour-by-hour forecast, temperatures falling into the low 80s this afternoon, with more of that cloud cover and a few of those raindrops here across the metro. At the beaches, say for St. Augustine this weekend, we're going to see temperatures in the lower to mid 80s with a few scattered showers, especially on Saturday with that onshore wind and a moderate rip current risk at area beaches. Your Action News Jax First Alert 7-day forecast with your weekend always in view. Mid to upper 80s, some afternoon showers and storms by Sunday. Less coverage than on Saturday. Then kind of a typical summertime pattern as we head into next week, with highs rebounding back to near average in the low 90s. You can always get this forecast any time of the day throughout your weekend right there at actionnewsjax.com.
Thank you, Garrett. And score for volunteers, the surprise they received from the Jacksonville Jaguars for their work.
Plus, vegans and vegetarians could soon be bringing home the bacon, the company that's trying to make a substitute for the meat.
Morgan & Morgan has been a consumer advocate for over 30 years, and every day our journey for justice takes many turns. Sometimes the road to justice is a few blocks away, and some days it's 1,000 miles. But no matter where, no matter when, and no matter the distance, we'll go where we need to. There's no journey too long in the journey for justice. It's why we are everywhere for everyone. It's the destination that matters. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
It's that time again. Summer is hot, but the deals at Shooters' sizzling summer sale are even hotter. Thursday through Sunday, Shooters has many sizzling deals to offer. The hottest selling gun in its class, the 6-Sauer P365, a smoking $4.99. Protect your home with the hottest selling 12-gauge shotgun, the Remington TAC-14, a low $2.99. Don't waste gas and money looking for deals elsewhere. Visit ShootersJax.com, where it's a gun show every day.
Do you know with teeth on a day, all on fours or hybrid techniques, you only get a temporary set of teeth and then many visits, and months later you finally get permanent teeth. With the D5 Ultra Express, you can really have permanent teeth in 24 hours. Call us today for your free consultation.
I'm JJ Hightail. As an ex-professional race car driver, I'm used to taking a few risks, which isn't always a good thing.
Proof of insurance, please.
That's why I'm insured by Direct Auto and Life Insurance. You can get a low rate no matter your credit. Call, click, or come in today.
Just when you thought you were done painting, you discover paint bleed under your tape. Not with Frog Tape. Frog Tape is the only painter's tape treated with patented paint block technology. Paint block reacts with the water in latex paint to form a micro barrier against paint bleed, giving you the sharpest lines possible. Get professional results with Frog Tape. No messy lines, no paint bleed. For sharp lines, every time, Frog it.
At Harrow & Harrow, we're proud to sponsor closed captioning. And if you've been injured, just one call to us and we'll be there. We can take over so you can focus on getting better. So when you need help after an accident, call Harrow & Harrow, 251-1111. Don't settle for less than you deserve.
You are getting a live look out over TIAA Bank Field, and that's where a few lucky volunteers for Habitat for Humanity get to catch an upcoming game thanks to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Those volunteers received a huge surprise from Team Teal out building a home. The bank and the Jags are working together this year to build and repair 100 homes in 5 years, all a part of the One Team, One Home initiative. You'll find a link to register so that you can help at actionnewsjax.com.
Astronauts on the International Space Station should get a couple of new things to play with today. Last night, SpaceX launched its Falcon 9 rocket into orbit.
3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition.
And liftoff of the Falcon 9 rocket and the
A
Dragon
unique cargo of
spacecraft.
supplies now headed to the International Space Station. That batch includes an Adidas soccer ball and a pouch full of Nickelodeon's green slime. There are also 5,500 pounds of other experiments, supplies, and food for the 6 astronauts.
And this noon, fakin' the bacon. That's right. Take a look at this. The alternative meat company called Beyond Meat is creating a substitute for bacon. Now, they didn't say when it's expected to be released, but food industry watchers are curious about how the fake bacon will imitate the meat and its fat. We'll be right back.
The Action News Jax First Alert Skycam Network is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan.
Why do more local women watch Action News Jax at 5?
Because the unexpected can happen anytime. I like to know about the recalls, the school changes.
Because my family is depending on me. I want more than just crime stories. I want real investigations that tell me what's really going on in my neighborhood.
I need Mike Burge to tell me about severe weather, not just today,
but for tomorrow, even 5 days from now.
See for yourself why more women are watching CBS47 Action News Jax at 5.
Attention shoppers, time is running out on the massive $10 million inventory sell-off at Ashley Home Stores in the Jacksonville and Brunswick area. Take advantage of drastic price cuts on America's #1 brand of furniture. Everything's priced to sell. Hurry, time is running out at Ashley Home Stores. Don't miss it.
Do you need Social Security disability benefits? Do you feel overwhelmed and frustrated with the difficulties of the process? Call Farah and Farah. Whether your claim has been denied or you need help with a new application, don't go it alone. We're here to help you. If you need your Social Security disability benefits, call Farah and Farah right now. Tell us your story and what caused your disability. Farah and Farah, protecting you and your family since 1979.
Life can be complicated, but my bread shouldn't be. This is my artificial preservative. This is my unknown ingredient. And this is my added nonsense. Arnold Oat Nut. Free from artificial preservatives, colors, and flavors. With no added nonsense, just simple ingredients. It's one delicious way I can make smart, wholesome choices I am more than happy to live with. Arnold Oat Nut. This is my bread.
Hello, I'm Chuck Barnes at Barnes & Cohen. People call us every day describing falls and serious injuries. Bad sidewalks, uneven steps, wet floors, hazards that can hurt people and damage lives. At Barnes & Cohen, we know insurance companies fight to escape responsibility. Proving careless maintenance and safety violations is our job. To make sure the people responsible are held accountable. Call the law firm you know. Barnes & Cohen, 346-HELP.
Now at Ashley Home Store, get the best deals of the year on Sealy mattress sets. Don't pay $5.99 elsewhere. When now at Ashley Home Store, you can get the set in any size for only $1.99. Plus, save up to $1,000 or more with near liquidation prices while supplies last. Don't wait. Hurry into Ashley Home Store.
And your 7-day forecast. Here comes your weekend, mid to upper 80s with some scattered showers.
All right. Enjoy your weekend, everyone.
The Young and the Restless is on next. Have a good one.
You can feel it when a storm is coming. And when you need to know if it's headed your way, we're here. Action News Jax and the First Alert Weather Team, rated the most accurate for the last 13 years, tracking storms live so you know exactly how and when to prepare. Put your trust in Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. Here, and here. Action News Jax, First Alert Weather. We're here for severe.
Summer is the right time to break the routine. Now for just $3, mix and match 2 of your favorites, like a juicy McDouble, a bacon cheeseburger, crispy 6-piece chicken McNuggets, or try the new hot and spicy McChicken. Mix up your summer, only at McDonald's.
I think it's something I ate. I think it's something I drink.
I think there's something going around.
I think it's time to go to Borland Groover.
Borland Groover specializes in the latest treatments for digestive disorders. If you're sick, don't think twice. Come to Borland Groover. Exceptional care inside and out.
Hi, I'm attorney Dwayne Terry from Rubenstein Law, and this is Rubenstein's Rules for Personal Injury. Rule number 10. You have a right to safety. Many businesses have a duty to keep their property safe from violence. This applies to apartments, shopping centers, and other businesses. They may have to provide appropriate lighting, secure windows, gates, as well as on-site security. At Rubenstein Law, we offer a free evaluation of your case if you or a loved one has been assaulted.
For all these rules and more, go to RubensteinLaw.com.
Gallon of gas, $2.59. Oil change, $19.99. This used vehicle, $149 per month. This certified pre-owned vehicle, $199 per month.
Having an easy and enjoyable car buying experience with someone you trust, that's our wow advantage. It's simple. We give you what others won't. Come see why our family at Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet continues to grow every day. We're here to wow you.
Summer is the right time to break the routine. Now for just $3, mix and match 2 of your favorites, like a juicy McDouble, a bacon cheeseburger, crispy 6-piece chicken McNuggets, or try the new hot and spicy McChicken. Mix up your summer, only at McDonald's.
Relationship status, widowed.
For height, just put 6 even.
That's not how tall I am.
Who's gonna know?
If I meet her, I might stand up.
Can you move? He's doing it wrong.
The Unicorn, coming to CBS this fall. Walton Goggins is the Unicorn.
Here's the hour-by-hour forecast. You can see here going through the day, especially again in northeast Florida, we'll be seeing those showers and heavy downpours. And temperatures today will make it into the mid-80s in the hour-by-hour forecast for this afternoon. When we're back to 90 degrees and when the showers impact your weekend, coming up at the First Alert 7-day forecast. Here's Derek Odom in the Action News Jax First Alert Traffic Center.
Good morning, everyone. Taking a live look at 95 and the Atlantic overpass there near downtown. That's a green light ride. Nothing slowing you down right there. And right now, no current crashes to slow you down as well. As we take a look into St. Johns County, it's been a pretty smooth commute everywhere all morning long, including A1A here in Ponte Vedra all the way down to Palm Valley Road and then cutting over on Nocatee Parkway heading to the